So a lot of sci-fi fans like Star Wars, and a lot of people who watch my channel read books, hopefully. But this is the perfect mix of both. I love Star Wars since I was a child. I'm still a child, but I've loved Star Wars for all of my life. And I just really feel like these books really just show so much. They're the real sequels, and I think everyone should read them. And this is one of my why you should read for Sci-Fi September. And definitely go give this a read if you're a Star Wars fan. Alright, so again, I do a lot of why you should read on the channel. This is another reason why you should read. The Thrawn Trilogy, I've talked about this a lot. I'm doing a why you should read because I've not done a why you should read for it. And yes, they're definitely worth reading. I love these books. If you were not satisfied with the sequels, as I was, and if you really do love the originals, I feel like this is a continuation that you would want. And this is basically, again, my first reason, if you, this is the next level of Star Wars. I'm talking about, like, it continues the story excellently, and it, like, kind of feels really smoothly done. It feels like this would still be a George Lucas production, even though this is Timothy Zahn. This is, like, very, very, very perfect, and I feel like these are really, really great to get into, just to say, hey, this is how it would play out in my mind, because I know it's not real anymore, but in my mind, this is what happens after the original trilogy, which is really, really awesome. Yeah, so the next kind of reason is because it is a gateway into a larger world. There are over 60 Star Wars Legends books, and they're all connected with the Star Wars universe, but you don't have to read all of them, certainly. This is the perfect entry point, and there's no pressure to read anything after you read this. But this is like the entry point. This is the gateway into a larger world of Star Wars. You learn so much more about Star Wars, and you kind of learn a lot. It is much information, so much information. It was the MCU before there was an MCU. And I am only read one other Legend book other than this, and plus I'm reading Darth Plagueis right now currently. And this is like an entry point, because now, ever since I've started picking these up, I was so interested in what comes next. And if you look at the very start of these books, of all the Legends books, there's a little map. I'll put it on the screen here, but there's kind of like a timeline of all the things, and I'm really like, oh, I was really reading this. I was literally marking on my book, okay, want to read that, because there's so many books, and this is the perfect gateway to it, and I love it. The next reason is because of the villain Thrawn. Literally the main reason of this trilogy. Because he is one of the most depth films I've ever seen. Timothy Zahn has also done a couple books on Thrawn for the actual canon. And I've not read those, but I know Thrawn is a very developed villain. He was in Star Wars Rebels. And this is where he was born. And I feel like what's beautiful about Thrawn is he's not the hand-to-hand fighter that Darth Vader was. He is the military mastermind. And if you want to deal with Thrawn's mastermind, it's really, really beautiful, and I've mentioned this many times before. He is the military genius behind the scenes, and it's like a lot of these cutaway scenes, like Dune, kind of influenced or kind of made to popularity. The evil guy is kind of cut away, and then the evil plot, I feel like that happens, and that's so cool because he's actually planning. I think his plan is so cool, and yeah. The next reason is they don't butcher the old characters. They certainly do justice, and they bring in some new characters. It is not literally just, let's do it again. There's new characters who are really, really good and smart, and you can tell Lucas starting to build the Jedi Order in these books, but there's a whole 20-book series on that, which I want to get into very soon. And you can tell there's roots of all of this. It's clearly not the end, which I love. It's not the end of Star Wars, which, again, I like how we just didn't cap it off. And none of the old characters, they weren't killed off randomly. They weren't done incorrectly. And I feel like the book is a really good format to put it, even though I would give anything to see these adapted on screen. The next reason, it is just some military books. This man writes military science fiction like I've never seen before. I don't remember reading a military book that is done, unless you count them like Dune as a military book or military science fiction. This is one of the best I've ever read. That's a cool concept. Like, I really like how it's done and how he executes it. And he's a military science fiction writer, which I love. And I love how they got him to write it. And it was just really, really good. I really think Timothy Zahn did the best job that he could possibly do, which makes me very happy. And yeah, that was my kind of why you should read. Definitely go read this if you're a Star Wars fan. For all Star Wars fans, this is a must-have on the reading thing. I did a video on this a long time ago. Like, I don't know, it was one of my pre-filmed videos. I pre-filmed a bunch so I can just upload them at random dates. I never ended up uploading. It's that one, but like, here's a thumbnail I made for it. And I might release it or might put clips of it in this video, probably not. But I just watched that. I was like, oh, I never ended up uploading this, so I thought I'd just kind of refilm it with this new thing. And it was really good. Definitely go read it. 100% sci-fi, really, really, really good sci-fi. Even though I'm a Star Wars fan. Like, I read a lot of science fiction, but I'm still a Star Wars fan. So it's talking about that. I gotta talk about this. I can't not talk about the Thrawn Trilogy. And you know me. You've seen my Star Wars videos. I make too much. You know that. And I'm not going to stop talking about it. Star Wars Visions is coming out. I'm going to do a review for that once all the episodes drop. But yeah, that was really fun. So see you in the next video. Go read the Thrawn Trilogy.